Welcome to What's the Scenario with PLRB, where we explore claims and coverage scenarios relevant to insurance professionals. I'm Brennan McLaughlin.
Hey, Brennan, I'm Mike Brode.
I'm Tim Havler.
And I'm Dylan McDermott, a Weather and Catastrophe Analyst at PLRB.
Yay, Dylan. Welcome to the podcast. How exciting.
Happy to be here.
Welcome, Dylan. All right, Dylan, what's the scenario?
So disaster strikes at the Cheesecake manufactory, or at least a few blocks away, where a windstorm knocks over a power line. The resulting power outage causes hundreds of cheesecakes to spoil.
Oh.
Yeah, lemon meringue, cheesecake, funfetti, and even chocolate coconut cheesecake. Yeah, lots of cheesecake spoilage. The owners have to close for a few days as they manufacture more cheesecakes, and they've submitted a claim for spoilage and the lost business income. Their adjuster wants to know how to investigate the storm and the power outage.
Oh.
Before we dive into the insurance aspects of it, I have a cheesecake question for you all, bit of trivia.
All right.
So, which variety of cheesecake contains quark?
Ew.
That's quark, like the atomic particle.
Yeah.
But it's actually, in this context, a creamy milk product, a bit like cottage cheese, and it's made by curdling soured milk. So which of these varieties of cheesecake contains that? Is it Chennapoda, hailing from India, Käsekuchen from Germany, cotton cheesecake from Japan, or Philadelphia cheesecake?
How do you spell quark?
Q-U-A-R-K.
Okay, that doesn't sound German. Doesn't sound Japanese.
I think it sounds
That
kinda
leaves me with
Japanese.
two. I'm going to throw it out there and say Chennapoda, which I'm sure I butchered the pronunciation, hailing from India.
I think you did well, Tim. That's where I was leaning too. Yeah, I'm with you. Doesn't sound German. And my Philly cheesecake does not have spoiled, curdling cottage cheese-ish stuff in there, I hope. But I guess we'll find out. Dylan, what did say you?
I'm going to mix it up from you guys. I'm going to pick the cotton cheesecake from
Ooh,
Japan.
good.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it seems something
Okay.
interesting they might do. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just a guess. Just a guess.
All right, Dylan, you're the closest. It actually is the Käsekuchen. It's from Germany. I don't know if they call it quark there. That's a good question.
Oh, well, then this question is invalidated then, Brennan.
Yeah, but apparently the Japanese cotton cheesecake is based on the Käsekuchen. So,
Mike, your streak is over. You had
No.
3 in a row.
What I get for listening to you, Tim. Yeah. Darn it. I know that makes sense. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, Brennan, you can find out how you say quark in German, and we can go over that next time.
all right, sounds good.
Oh, back to our scenario. So we got all these spoiled cheesecakes, which is horrific because I'm a huge cheesecake fan, especially New York style. Love it. So I'm curious, Dylan, how can us folks here and the folks that work with you and the awesome Weather Cat team, how can we investigate this here storm?
Yeah, so we've put together, Andrew's done a great job before I started here, putting together just a whole bunch of different options you can use on the website to find weather reports. And so I'll share my screen here, and we can take a look at what we've got on the PLRB website.
For our listeners, Dylan, a lot of folks like me, we're not used to this high-fangled YouTube stuff, so we listen on podcasts over audio devices. How do we get to the weather once we get to the awesome and fabulous PLRB.org website? How would I locate this here weather information?
For those listening, I'm on the PLRB.org main page right now. And so if you want to get to the Weather and Cat Hub, there's a little tab on the top right here next to the Auto Hub, Property Hub, Liability Hub, all that up top.
Very good. And by cats here, we're not talking about pictures of your personal cats, right?
No, there's no pictures of any animals in here. It's all, cats means catastrophes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's kind of disappointing, but okay, I get it.
Yep, sorry. Maybe in the future we can add a cat's animals page, but
I've known some cats that are kind of catastrophes. So.
Yeah, no doubt.
oh, for sure. Yeah. We have one back at my parents' house. Definitely. Yeah, so here, this is the PLRB Weather and Cats page. That's what I'm on now. We wanted to kind of find some information to investigate the windstorm. What you want to do is you want to go under the historical weather tab and click or go to reports, and then you'll see get a full weather/cat report. So this will include hail, wind, precipitation, and more.
And more. Yeah, I like that.
And more.
All
Yep.
right.
Yeah. So this will basically just return just a lot of the data that we have in our database for any address that you can put in. And our example here, which is going to be Holt Avenue in Waco, Texas.
Waco, man.
Where is Waco? Is that South Texas? West Texas?
Kind of on the
Kind of
Central.
West Central. Yeah.
Huh.
That's is that Baylor University there?
Oh yeah, good.
All right.
I thought it was closer to the Mexican border. That's interesting.
Yeah.
They learn something new every day. It's awesome, Dylan.
There you go. Yeah. So I put in our address here, which is in Waco, and then so we want to put our dates, which is for this case we have 3/3/25, March 3rd, and we're going to March 4th, and it'll just pull all the data for these dates. So if you're looking for like the morning of March 4th, we usually start like a day in advance just to make sure we get all those reports.
Makes sense.
Yep. And then, let's see. And then, so that's all good. You can choose your radius. We usually kind of keep it at 10 miles, just kind of get everything, all the reports within, a good distance of that location. And it'll return all of this information. We archive two lightning data sets. Yep. One is lightning probability information. And we see the highest lightning probability of the day. So here it's 76%. Because it's hard to get exact, lightning strikes and archive those. So we have these data sets that will, and we actually map them too, I believe, and those have the kind of just give you the lightning probability for that day. And then we also move down here to storm reports. So this is all the storm reports within 10 miles of the location. And so these are actual reports from storm spotters or the National Weather Service if they have any damage to report. So like this wind report here is 72 mile per hour gust, which is a damaging wind gust.
Oh, yeah.
Reported by an ASOS station, which is a weather station. So this is pretty close to within 10 miles of our address. And then this one here is reported by MPing, which is somebody can just go on their phone and report damage. And this is trees uprooted or snapped or roof blown off. And so it's a pretty good indicator that there was strong wind at this location around this time.
But nothing about spoiled cheesecakes from any
nothing on cheesecake here. Nope.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. And then we can move down here to the next section is weather and observation station results. You'll see that the 73 mile per hour wind gust was recorded at the Waco Regional Airport. So that's that kind of matches up with our storm reports. We kind of see that there was some heavy wind that day. So if we continue on here, we have this precipitation, which was 0.2 inches on the 3rd and then 0.4 inches on the 4th, which kind of tells us that there was, a storm coming through with strong winds and some rain as well. And then also we'll give you the watches and warnings. Again, just lots of different information. You can see there's a severe thunderstorm warning, which you can kind of make out from all the data we have here that it was raining and windy. There's also a tornado watch and a high wind warning, which is interesting because a severe thunderstorm warning is 58 mile per hour wind gusts or more. But that can also include hail and other damaging things too. Usually it's wind or hail. And then, but a high wind warning, that could be sustained wind gusts of 40 mile per hour, sustained winds of 40 miles per hour or more for an hour or longer. or wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or more.
You kind of usually think those things go together, like a severe thunderstorm and then high winds. But
Right.
yeah, got a weather front moving through. You might just get the high winds without thunderstorms and other stuff. So it could happen, right?
Yeah. In my opinion, it's probably pretty rare to have a high wind warning without a severe thunderstorm or something, especially in Texas or across the Midwest. Yeah, you'd have to have a pretty sharp pressure gradient or a strong low, I think. But I think usually it's accompanied with, like a severe thunderstorm warning or some weather, like rain.
Looks like from our investigation, we addressed a possible couple things. There could have been lightning in the area, and there could have been some heavy winds, thunderstorms. So it looks like the adjuster's got some useful information.
Yep. And also, too, if you wanted to save all this as well, you can generate a PDF report, and it'll save all this for future use.
So were we able to confirm the power outage? Because I'm very concerned about the power outage because of that exclusion in the policy for off-premises power failures.
See, my theory was, Tim, it was just the high winds that blew over all the cheesecakes off the racks. Spoiled them. I guess not.
Yeah. Well, luckily, we have a tool for that as well in the Weather and Cat Hub here. So if we navigate back to the Weather and Cat Hub, and we go down to the same section under historical weather, we can click this Get a Power Outage Report. We recently switched to a new data source. So the data for the power outages is provided by poweroutage.us. And so it's only going back to January 14th, 2025. So that's when we started our data collection from this new source. But with this new source, we cover 80% of the United States. So so we will go ahead and type in this same address.
Wow.
Yeah, again, you can see this all on YouTube. Yeah, each one of these points is the center point of various power outages. So you'll see here, like P1 is 15 customers out of power, and so somewhere on this this map here, you'll find P1, and that's the center point of all those 15 customers.
And it looks like a Google map, but there's kind of like a blue circle is the radius, and then just a ton of red dots. And each one of those is kind of a data point about a power outage.
Yep, that's correct. Yeah, and it could be, and all of these probably are more than one power outage too. It's just kind of the center point of of all these power outages. If we look at our table here that it produces below, this is all within a 2-mile radius of our address. Just gives you an idea that, there was a power outage at this time, and probably a lot of spoiled cheesecake in this general area too, because our address is pretty much in the middle of all these reports here. For the power outages, all of this data can be saved and used for future use, and we can combine this power outage report with our full weather cat report, and so we have some pretty good evidence here that there was a storm of some kind that came through and knocked out power for much of this area.
Awesome. It's a lot of useful data.
Yeah, and that's just scratching the surface of what we have on the Weather and Cat Hub too. There's you can search for hail and specifically just wind, tornadoes, and all kinds of stuff we have on there. So definitely worth a look if you have some time to go see what we offer on the Weather and Cat Hub.
So yeah, member company adjusters, log in and play around with it, because there's a ton of stuff there.
Yeah, it's awesome. We have a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, great way to back up the insured's claims about what's going on and have some proof that, hey, this is what's really happening on that day. So Dylan, what can we take away from this scenario?
Basically, kind of 3 takeaways there. Going over the Weather and Cat Hub. and all those reports. For any given location or date, you can get a full weather cat report with hail, precipitation, wind, so everything related to weather there, and save it as a PDF, which can be really useful for all the weather information you need. And we also offer power outage data, which has been improved to include 80% of the United States.
All right. Well, thank you, Dylan. And Mike, where can an adjuster go to learn more?
Well, of course, Dylan covered it all, but our fabulous, awesome website, PLRB.org, the Weather Cat Hub, and you can get there two ways, like Dylan said, up at the top on the menu or down at the bottom in the little hub. Click on it. Get all sorts of cool reports on anything, but allegedly windstorm isn't a thing we're hearing from Dylan, I think so. Storms, we can get stuff on power outages, whatever catastrophe has hit you weather-related wise and not animal-wise, you can find it on that cool
That's right.
Weather Cats Hub. Oh, Brennan, will we link to that fabulous stuff in the show notes potentially?
Yes, and there you'll also find a recap of the key points from this episode and links to our social media. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us, and please give us a call at 630-509-8704 and leave a voicemail to share your adjuster story. We'll see you next time.
Before you say see you next, have we gotten a phone call yet?
Not just yet. You can be the first. You can be the
Very
first.
disappointing. Yeah.
Out there, give us a call.
Right.
Let us know what scenario do you want to hear. What's your story?
Right.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Thanks for having me. Yeah,
All right.
Of course. It's fun.
Well, thanks, Dylan.
Yeah, thanks,
Glad
Dylan.
you could join us. It was fun. Thanks, everybody.
And we'll see you next time.
Expressed in this resource are those of the individual speaker and not necessarily those of the Property and Liability Resource Bureau, its membership, or any organization with which the presenter is employed or affiliated. The information, ideas, and opinions are presented as information only and not as legal advice or offers of representation. Individual policy language and state laws vary, and listeners should rely on guidance from their companies and counsel as appropriate.